Hello, I'm Sue Johnson, and this is Wake Up and Live with the Arts. We are here today, James McGilvray, our videographer, and Lester Bryant Sr., our in-the-studio editor, to welcome you to this arts and culture and entertainment program. And we have as our guest right now, many of you know her as an actor, and I just recently discovered that she has her own business, and it's something that I really enjoy because I too like to deal with lifestyle type things. And with that, let me welcome Andrea. I keep saying Andrea. Is it Andrea or Andrea Belser?
You're right the first time. It's Andrea.
Andrea Belser. And you are the CEO of your own country. Yeah, your own country.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah, that works. I think women should be in charge of a country.
Yes.
And what is the name of your company?
Amalgam Arts and Wellness. It is a very small business that is trying to take the arts and have you think of something more along the lines of health and wellness.
Holistic health and wellness. That's something that I have sort of been studying, working on for a number of years. So what kinds of projects, programs do you offer through Amalgam?
Right now we are focusing more on private and semi-private lessons in various types of dance, acting, and now new vocal lessons.
Okay.
We also offer Reiki, which is a holistic practice of kinetic energy to promote healing.
And Reiki belongs in that class of all the other kinds of energy work that metaphysicians and what am I trying to say, like physical therapists who have learned how to do that. So show us, do just a quick demonstration on how to do Reiki energy healing.
Well, my Reiki master would rub her hands to try to get a little bit of the energy going in her hands. So I took on that, and I'll say a little meditation or a little prayer, and then I'll either hover my hands or I'll actually touch you, whichever the client is most comfortable with. During the treatment, I will say a number of meditations or a number of non-denominational prayers, just in case the person is non-denominational or believes in something that I don't, so that we're not crossing any boundaries with whatever I'm trying to do. But what's beautiful about Reiki is if your intentions are good, then you're sending out good energy regardless of if you make any human mistakes, which is one thing I really love about it.
And it's all about energy work. And for those of you who know, I'm going to say like quantum physics and so forth, Reiki and all the holistic health categories, classifications, is not anything religious. It's all about the spiritual level, raising our awareness, our consciousness to live a better or more enlightened life, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even financially and materially as well. I like to do 7 aspects, and no, they may be based on the chakras, but I don't, plan it that way. So, do you study or perform any other kinds of energy work or metaphysical work?
Well, that was it. I did have some interest in aromatherapy and reflexology, but I haven't had the time to dabble into those things.
How long have you been doing Reiki healing?
Oh, man. I think I got my Reiki 1 treatment in 2011.
So you've been at this for a minute.
Been at it for a while. It was a personal thing at first, because I had terrible allergies, sinus issues. It turned out that I had polyps on my sinuses, and they were kind of holding on to allergens, which were giving me asthma attacks. I was in and out of the ER. So I met this woman, was like, please, anything you can teach me to try to heal this is great. So I started with what they call level 1. Then when my stepdad, who is like the only real father I've ever known, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I felt the need to continue on my Reiki journey to try to help him as well. And I think he had advanced too much for me to help him as much as I would like to. And he is now in a better place. But I think the Reiki also helped both of us with that transition as peacefully as possible.
And certainly we always want to be sure that everybody understands that Andrea and I and anybody else who follows holistic health and wellness practices, we are not saying stay away from traditional Western medicine. I like to think that we incorporate both holistic health alternatives. They still call it alternatives.
Right.
However, the doctors are finally catching on about the power of Reiki and other kinds of energy healing. But no, we incorporated any kind of holistic health and wellness applications and integrate it with standard traditional modern Western professional practices. How did you begin to, I know how you began to study, but do you have a Reiki master here in town that you have worked with?
She's out in Newark. So
Ohio?
I drove some ways.
I was going to say, that was a bunch of distance.
Yeah, I don't actually have someone that I follow here in town. I do run into someone here and there that practices, but I don't personally associate with anyone in town that does it regularly.
I used to participate a long time ago with the whole metaphysical, holistic health and wellness environment, if you will.
Nice.
But you're right, I don't know myself even right now who I would, besides you now, that I know about, who I would consult with or confer with about how to use the energy. Are you accepting new students, clients?
All the time.
And if so, Andrea, how would they get in touch with you? Phone numbers that you want to give out, email, website? How would folks get in touch with you?
Of course. My personal line is 216-374-8674. The email address is amalgamartswellness@outlook.com, and the website is www.amalgamartswellness.com. And all three of those places you can reach me. They all run to my phone.
Okay. And let me ask you, was it your father's condition that precipitated your interest in energy healing, or had you always, or long time ago, been interested?
I was already interested in it because of my health. I just wanted to advance in it because of what was happening with my father.
Okay. And now see, I forgot what I was going to say again, which is not unusual for me.
I do it too.
So yes, you are seriously involved in energy healing and the holistic health and wellness genre, if you will.
Yes.
Now, folks like me know you more so as an actor.
Yes.
Have you been in any projects lately? Got anything coming up soon that we can talk about?
Yes, I stay in the theater.
Okay.
So the last project I was on stage for was not Andrew Cleese, that was the one before that. It was The Fox and the Crow at Tailspinner Children's Theater.
I was going to say, I'm not familiar with that one.
It was a fully new written show that we did to integrate different special needs. They did a program called the Exceptional Inclusion Program.
Okay.
That particular show, The Fox and the Crow, integrated hard of hearing and deaf. And because I was the person who knew the most sign language, I was also the person who signed and spoke at the same time. They call it simultaneous communication. And that was hard. It's like patting your head and rubbing your stomach and jumping up and down and kicking your leg and turning in a circle all at the same time. But that was the last show I was on stage for, and now I am rehearsing for Panther Women at Cleveland Public Theater about the women of the Black Panther Party, specifically Angela Davis, Elaine Brown, and Assata Shakur.
Okay, the women's aspect of, because most folks will know names like Stokely Carmichael, H. Rap Brown, and those are the two main names that I still remember from that era. And you're playing Angela Davis or one of the other ones?
I am playing Woman 4, which she has, in our rehearsal, kind of evolved as the all-knowing ancestor who's kind of driving the show.
I see. Okay. All right. Now, I keep hearing, off stage noises. We'll wait for those to pass for a second. Okay. I guess it's a little quieter now. So, arts and holistic health and wellness and performance, they too can be integrated. How can energy healing help an actor prepare for his or her role? That was more noise going by. We're live in the studio here at the Rainey Institute, where life goes on beyond what we're doing here. So tell us a little bit about how performing, because you also do vocal work, acting work, and how do we integrate that with energy healing? How can that help an actor develop his or her character, his or her role? Yeah.
I think for me, the arts and energy are married to each other. And you don't even have to practice Reiki to feel that. You put out a certain amount of energy just as a performer, and you bring in almost the same amount of energy from your audience, from your fellow performers. And I believe something like Reiki can help you navigate to keep it in line. Sometimes you'll pick up negative energy and it'll really take a toll on you. For example, I played a woman who survived being a concubine in the Dominican Republic of the Congo. The show was ruined by Lynn Nottage. And this woman that I played was not only raped by a number of men, but her baby was killed in front of her, and she was sent off, banished from her community, because once you were defiled, as they say, they no longer wanted you in the community.
They shunned you, they put you out, and it's always the woman's fault.
It's always the woman's fault. But her story was so heavy that something like Reiki could help me really realign my chakras and my emotions, so that I'm not sitting in this really dark place after the show is over. Because it's so easy to get into character, it's very hard to get out
depending on the role that you're playing.
Right.
Now, she mentioned, and I think I mentioned about chakras a moment ago, and just so that you'll know, there are many, many, many things associated with metaphysics and holistic health and wellness. Can you tell us what we mean by the chakras in our physical body?
Yes. The chakras are different places.
Centers, if you will.
Centers, if you will, that are in your body. There's 7, and I'm going to screw them up because it's been a while since I've explained them. But there's your crown. That's your head, your brain.
Yeah. And I don't know I don't remember all of them, but there's the
I remember where they are.
Yeah, there's the heart chakra.
I'm having trouble with names because it's been years since I've had to teach this. I've been taught it, and then years went by where I didn't have to teach it to anyone because they just asked me to heal, and they didn't ask about all of these things. But there's 7. There's 1, 2 in the neck, 3 heart. 4 is your center, where your stomach is. 5 around your hips. 6 down into your legs, and 7 technically is here. in the facial area, because your crown is actually the top of your head. It's not necessarily your head in general, but it's the very top, and it's usually what is considered how you connect to energy, because it is, if it's open, if this chakra is open, you can take on as much energy, or good energy I should say, with it being open rather than being closed. Closed being like you're not open to anything new.
Positive
You're not
energies.
open to anything positive.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fascinating, and so nowadays, thanks to Google and whatever other search engines, I've learned to say search engines. You can look up holistic health and wellness topics and begin learning on your own about them, or at least become familiar with them, and how it's all about improving one's sense of well-being. And with the arts and performing, and you'll talk about the energy healing and opening up your chakras, the 7 centers. Some people say 8 now.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that.
I'm going to have to look that up.
I don't understand it, but anyway, it's something that can be very relaxing, much like reflexology, much like traditional massotherapy. A lot of folks are more familiar with that. There's hand healing, hand reflexology, foot reflexology.
Yes.
There's all kinds to learn about and participate in if you want to elevate your sense of holistic health and well-being on all levels. So we want to thank you for opening up that discussion about the role of energy healing, and now it's quite a current topic. Back in the 80s and early 90s, it was quite active and it was in people's consciousness. Then, it didn't have a lot of traction during certain cyclical phases in life and history. But now more people are becoming more and more aware of the power of understanding energy healing work, how we are made up of energy. And believe it or not, some traditional Western professional doctors, medical practitioners, they're becoming more and more aware and recommending that people find energy healers to help them with their process of getting better or preventing. Because energy healing can help prevent issues from developing as well. So Andrea, golly, hey, we've been having fun. Who cares?
That's right.
We want to thank you for stopping by.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
It's been a joy. You're so welcome. It's been a joy learning about Amalgam, and tell us the whole name.
Amalgam Arts and Wellness.
Yeah, see how they are combined? Arts and wellness. It all goes together. So you take care. Keep in touch. Let us know how your practice is going and how you are doing as a healing practitioner.
Sure.
Do you like to refer to yourself as a healer or practitioner?
Practitioner. We as humans are always in practice.
Yeah, aren't we though? Okay. So we want to thank you for joining us in this very silly conversation on my part, not Andrea's. And learning and helping us learn more about this concept of holistic health and wellness. And as we like to say, be sure to wake up and live with the arts every day. See you next time.